Transfers. Another late possession. Wallace.
And a couple now. 3 wide open looks for Wood.
Wallace, what a move.
The true freshman point guard. His game right now in transition is exceptional. The ball fake. Volume kid offensively. Stay in the middle.
Keeps it.
Yeah, I just... So strong. Man, he's strong. He is a bull.
Wallace.
Man, is he strong. Again, 2 years. No more flop warnings. You flop, it's a Class B technical foul, as well it should be.
Protector and shin guards. There's Wallace. Wow, two-hand flush with the easy drive.
Or hustle from this squad. Frederick, whip pass down low, up and under and in for Cason Wallace.
Duquesne did not press after the made free throw. Now Wallace turned his back to the defender. Oh my goodness!
Brewer, this is not a good business decision.
Well, it's good to see Brewer back on the floor for Duquesne, who had that shot attempt.
Wallace, pull-up jumper, silky smooth, number 22 in white, Cason Wallace. Looking forward to his fine work throughout this season on the SEC Network. A 3 out of the timeout by Cason Wallace.
Times you lose sight of the guy who takes it out. Wallace throws it in, gets it back. Man, that's shooting it with confidence, isn't it?
5 for Kentucky, and obviously some newcomers. You got a couple of freshmen. One of them, Cason Wallace, slams it home. Calipari. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by State Farm. The State Farm personal price.
He's working hard, the kid. Just doesn't have the physical strength.
And the corner 3 for Cason Wallace. Out to the Cats. Did not hit the rim. Shot clock doesn't reset. Doesn't matter. Exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by the new Sonic 2 for $5 menu. For a limited time only at Sonic.
A lot of versatility to play the point.
Wallace inside, off balance runner will go.
He was a big time player, Covell.
Gatorade Player of the Year in Texas last year and a McDonald's All-American, and now he comes up with a steal. And will lay it in. What a sequence for Cason Wallace.
Really well. It's got great size when he attacks. And to the anticipation, he made like a big time defensive back right there. Rotated over, steal, converts it. Check how versatile.
Way is Wheeler drives. Got a couple of guys in the air. Finds Wallace for 3.
Well, he created that play, though. He created. Wallace is going to be a star. He knows the guy's waiting in the corner, and he finds him right there. And Wallace knows how to finish it off.
Boy, does he draw a lot of.
Part of what they want to do is wear you down.
Here's Wallace. Corner 3. And an early timeout taken. Opportunities for the Cats early tonight.
But there's a good job of attacking that guy, but also defensively, right? Get a rebound, start the break and run. You see how effective Kentucky is in.
Stole the very first possession from Michigan State on Tuesday night, and that one's off the window and in.
Tough move.
Sheboy's still coming back from the knee injury. There you go.
I mean, that's it coming off the high ball screen.
Wallace just took it away and he throws it down.
Great instinct for that, Cason Wallace.
That one taken away, Wallace. Boy, his hand strength and his hand speed is phenomenal for a true freshman. Look out.
Good lob finds Lance Ware for the throwdown.
Cason Wallace, again, he had 8 steals against Michigan State, just rips Hickman, and then comes right down and very patient, playing in the pro lane line slot. Finds Lance Ware on the back.
As Kentucky into the front court. Wallace puts it on the floor. Wide open lane to the basket. Not totally on.
No, it's not.
Shot clock under 5, and that one knocked down at a biggie by Cason Wallace.
Yesterday, right? Run that field goal team out there and kick that thing for a game winner.
Wallace buries a 3.
And let him go.
Yeah, Wallace Wallace uses the window and puts it in.
Sure,
that's it. That's his value.
And now Wallace for the three.
National championship days when we return, but a look at the guard play leading the three.
Exactly what you want from.
You were talking about earlier.
Sure, and it's really. Cason Wallace does a good job there of attacking, and you see the give and go. Doesn't always have.
Left it short. Cason Wallace now with the drive.
He just gets better.
Oscar keeps it alive. And another follow. This time it's Cason Wallace.
Wallace switches places. He lines up a three. He knocks it down. Good two-man basketball between Reeves and Wallace.
Possible by a really good shot fake here by Antonio Reeves. Just throws it back after Wallace loops behind him. And that.
3 on the shot clock for Wallace. Hangs and hits. Boy, did he settle that.
If you can force Antonio Reeves to take those pull-up jumpers.
Big time block that time from Cason Wallace.
Player with body control. This is body control on the defensive end. You know, trying to stop fading on that.
Wheeler low by and a kick. Three corner is good. Wallace have a segment of this game here that you would compare Howard to. Donovan Mitchell's name came up. There's another three, and Wallace is on fire in the second half.
Average
than you.
Tasted like chicken.
They come out of the break. Wallace alley-oop, and that worked beautifully. Top it with a flush.
Cason Wallace just takes this little curl, and you help up, you're done. Just throw.
Still 10 on the shot clock. Wallace, big three, got it. Huge shot, Cason Wallace.
Block shot. Toppin kicks it back out. A great reversal pass, and zero has
For 14 and 6.
Open look for Wallace and Cason Wallace from downtown. Wallace attacking. And a skip pass. Reeves hands it off to Wallace for three, and he's got 8.
Delivers again with another 3 ball. So I like the decision by Reeves not to force it.
Clark, and then he switched back. Wallace on a runner, got it, and he's fouled by Campbell. Well, he makes some amazing floaters. That's a pretty good strength here. Tiger takes away the one, and Tiger gets underneath him. Campbell. One-man fast break. Extra pass, Wallace for 3. Got it. How about that kick out? Severe set it up.
Do it right now. They sag in on Sheboy. Cason Wallace into the lane. Fantastic freshman gets the first bucket for the Cats. His big mitts on it. 10 3/4-inch hands for Oscar Sheboy. Here's Cason Wallace from the corner. Big start for the Cats. Everybody's in on the fun now as well.
Pass, not while it's already been thrown in there.
4th rebound for Sheboy. Wallace.
Sure. The country, and sure enough, it's the Rattlers. Over 50% from the field right now.
Cason Wallace answers with a 3. Dixon gambled. Lewis June went by him, but then good hands by Wallace. Taken away. Here's Cason Wallace. And they'll count it. And he'll go to the free throw line.
This guy's instincts are just lead to the other end and one. And then just such a strong finisher. This is where he does have to improve, though. Get to the can spread you out. Can the bigs move their feet enough to where it's not too much of a mismatch?
Wallace down the lane.
And there's a similar opportunity lane. And Wallace says, hey, I like that move, Livingston. Let me show.
Wallace from behind the screen. You like that play?
I do. I like it a lot. If the defense is going to go under the screen, no need to dribble and protector. Wasn't part of that Bahamas trip.
Now they did with the telethon this offseason. Here's Wallace behind the screen again, and another 3 from behind the screen. Wallace around Sheboy, and he's fouled.
Then get your man off the bounce, and look at that. Sheboy just has that big.
Off the double screen, ducks down, and a flush for Reeves.
He's just been so good.
That's always a fun rivalry game. Shot clock at 3. Cason Wallace, a little smirk and a smile over to the bench.
Wallace, shot clock at 3, 2, Gets a shot off at the horn. Oh, and he buries it. Shooting teams in the conference in terms of percentage. Little floater is good. That is just.
Sheboy get a paint touch in this game? I mean, other than the offensive rebound.
Wallace, second three of the game.
We're going to leave him open, congesting.
Wallace answers the call. Wallace down with 13. That's his third.
Even when they miss, they get good shots. I mean, this is a team that shares it. 61% of their makes are off assists.
Wallace with another three. There is Wallace with another.
In this place.
I think John's the only one that says that in this building.
Oh, how about that? Wallace.
Guys have a nose for the basketball like that. It's amazing.
I've heard him talk about look at this penetration. Too easy. Got to get a stop if you're Louisville. Nobody in the gap.
Time finished. And there's our guy.
He couldn't understand the accent.
Wallace rattles it hard, and they've responded pretty well.
It's part of what Kenny Payne said even yesterday. He said, you know, we give up these runs and then we don't answer. Wallace is fouled. Count the bucket.
You mentioned Philadelphia. How about
go to the rack a little bit more? I guess that's going to the rack a little bit more. Your zone right now for Louisville.
Yeah, I would agree.
Wallace into the paint. Ooh, he kept his
step through. Pretty. How about that?
Just Wheeler. Contact. Throws it up. No good. Gets his own rebounds. Wallace for three. Good.
And the reason he got the rebound, they were trying to keep Sheboy.
One is short to the left. So Miller's launched 3 threes and made one of them. Yeah, here's Wallace. There you go. With a dunk, and he's hanging from the rim, and he comes right down on KJ Williams' shoulder.
It's a attempt. There's the bad shot I'm talking about. That is a bad shot turnover because all it does is ignite that Kentucky run game with Wheeler to Cason.
11-14 to go in the first half.
Now, LSU's not going to ice that side ball screen, and Cal's going to try to go to that empty corner pick and roll. It works really well. Rabbit.
10 to go on the shot clock. Wallace launches right on, and he buries it. And he kicks. Wallace, the hanging floater, it will drop from LSU next couple of years.
You're going to see a team that values the basketball. They fight their tail off defensively, and they're solid at sound. As Wallace shoots over the top of that solid sound defense. And you're going to watch out.
The oop is wide open. Good look from Wallace to Toppin on the baseline. Clock. Crowd on its feet at Rupp. Wallace the drive. He lays it up and in. He beat his man Miller.
Cal got the weak side cleared out and got an isolation for Wallace. It looked like nothing was going on the first 25 seconds of possession. Toppin sets a smoke screen. It's not really a screen, but really all it.
Mark Sears is a little different surrounding cast,
bit, yep.
But he's also different as Reeves throws one up. It goes. Point of emphasis in the shoot-around today. A lot less dribbling. Move down 13-2 to a South Carolina team that doesn't score a lot. Wallace hard to the basket. He lays it up and lays it in.
So is most of America. There's a steal by Wallace. Averages better than 2 steals per game. Ahead to Toppin, and finally Kentucky is on the board.
Land of the thoroughbreds. Don't look for a horse race. Neither of these teams will run it. Finally a 3 drops, and Kentucky gets it from Wallace. At 6-11, went right at him. Good bounce pass there. Pretty play by Wallace with a drop-off.
And a great job by Onyenso to get.
Career high is 26. He did that at Bradley and also against Auburn this season. High flying Wallace throws it down. Up is starting to shake a little bit because the rims are starting to shake. Cason.
Mike White will talk to him about it and get him back in. I'd get him in now. Within the next minute.
Wallace, be careful. That goes down, and Kentucky very, very hot here in the second half.
Quindo had 22 last year in Rupp Arena. He's up to 12 right now. Wallace, man, he's starting to feel it.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's what you thought Wallace would be this year. Just a fist.
That was a bit of a fake. Quindo looked like he was going with Wallace. Just laid it up. You're waiting for a big dunk. Instead, a finger.
Yeah, he's got his kids believing. They're fighting defensively. What he did in the transfer portal to sell himself and sell the vision over at the Kraft Center. Look at the difference. The first 4 games in conference play to the last 2 as that dunker spot.
They're sinking on the Kentucky big. Wallace in the paint. So play on, and little floater by Cason Wallace. And hasn't extended their defense out into the backcourt as they did in the first half. Cason Wallace drains the 3.
A&M.
Wallace the lob, and Toppin to finish.
It's always a threat for Toppin.
Wallace drives and gets all the way to the rim.
But Wallace on the single side, there's no one in the corner. It's a naked, empty corner drive attempt by
Patrolling the middle, Chris Livingston. We'll see a lot of Antonio Reeves. And Cason Wallace connects. It's 4. Wallace inside, an easy path. And half, Shibwe off the bounce, outside to Wallace for 3. He splashes that one down a little.
You love the locker room scene when they showered Coach Cal with the water bottles.
Wallace for 3. The lead back to 12.
In, Livingston goes out, but Toppin has gone out. Boy, Wallace strong to the rim, and a chance for a 3-point play.
His value is much more than a big-time defender. Remember, he had 8 steals in that opening game against Michigan State.
Now Kansas in transition. Wilson
and a hard roll. I thought this little pass to the left was going to be the play in case Juan Harris take. He can make it.
Wallace, another assist for Shibwe, his 4th of the night.
At what, 6 feet tall, that goes into double, just makes a reach. Now he's got to recover out to Wallace, and he's recovered.
Good ball movement and a wide open 3 for Wallace.
Time play by Jalen Wilson.
Wallace with a terrific drive, and again it's a 2-point game.
Cason Wallace just on that little handoff, able to turn the corner on MJ Rice and keeps it all in his.
And Florida imperfect to start, but the rebound gives Jones a look, and no whistle on the drive. Reeves was their leading scorer against Ole Miss. Wallace went around Castleton and got it in. Wallace got a half step, and he's able to finish.
Yeah, Jatobo just 2 over.
Bottom can't cash it in. Here's Wallace. He's got a full head of steam.
Man, just outrunning Florida, right? Between Frederick and Cason Wallace. Tremendous.
Cason Wallace with the jumper.
So you put your one down, and, yeah.
Here's Wallace. And one coming.
I know those are sometimes tough shots come off those screens. Bam, hard ball screen. And Wallace sees a really good open rim at the 15-foot mark. You got to have the Kurtang have a real team right now. The Wildcats.
Google blocked with 2 hands by Cason. 13 offensive rebounds for the Cats. Shot clock at 3. Now 2. Wallace for 3.
Huge. He is so strong. And there's a lot of contact on that play.
Tennessee had 18 offensive rebounds the other night. No rebound there as Wallace
from that scoring point. And here's what John Calipari saw. You're going to get a guy tucked in the corner, Severe Wheeler, a guy you could come off of.
Wallace all the way to the basket with a left hand.
Does he have an extra gear or what?
Block in front of Cason Wallace. And he uses that rim as a
to launch.
Wallace pulls up and he gets it to go.
A tough 2s by Council. Hard driver right.
All the way to the rim. Didn't play defense that time. Pass that time from Wallace. Here's Davis ahead of the field. And Wallace with the denial.
Forward on Saturday and watch the play he makes right here. Because Devo Davis gets a lot.
Wallace, his man flew by him and he knocked it down. That was Black. And Wallace having a terrific first half now with the left.
Yeah, just keep running it. I mean, if Arkansas is going to continue to drop that deep in their ball screen.
Wallace pulls up and knocks it down. Quad 1 win. They'll move off the last 4 byline. That shot is up and in from Wallace. Wallace gets one to crawl over the top. Since December's been only 10 points. The difference between the Kentucky that you see today and what we've seen.
An easy two by Wallace, his first two of the game. Kentucky. The follow and the foul.
Wallace comes running in and takes a hit, gets it up.
Just in blue. Wallace the fadeaway, and he got it to go. 18-11. Lob to Toppin. Jacob Toppin.
Livingston really hasn't had much of a touch here.
Wallace step through, ducks in for two. Go, shot clock down to 5. Wallace using the screen. Wallace, tough shot.
Sure was. Empty side, though, he knew. Good choice.
And more time. He's been a factor in this rotation with the injuries.
Got 18 minutes against Alabama.
The pull-up goes for Cason Wallace.
Well, he has really done a nice job.
Got to be perfect. 25-12 Kentucky.
Nice post up, and what an entry by Toppin.
It works for...
You mentioned the ability to look at the seal, and guards aren't accustomed or comfortable to denying that low post area. Nice read.
Toppin defended by Key.
Although he fell down, nice pass by Toppin. And Escapee lost his footing, Bert.
Wallace. He's locked in here on Wallace. Wallace leans in, gets it to go, and a foul.
Big time body search. Bishak should have given a little bit of ground and regained position. Again, a guy that's more of a two guard taking over with Wheeler being out and doing it.
A look at the starting 5, and without two key players again tonight, Samir Wheeler and C.J. Frederick will both miss tonight. He's not shooting the ball well from deep, though. Look at this pass. Finds Sheway for the jam.
What a hot start by Cason Wallace.
Forgot my abacus, and I left my globe back in the hotel. Left hand, Wallace.
Oh, my God.
Beautiful.
Things that you recruit and you don't coach. And that's one of them right there.
Get out. Livingston's got it now. Through traffic, the trailing Wallace will pop a three. Toppin to Wallace. Shot clock is down to 6. Defending is Flanagan. Screen by Sheway. Open. 2-point shot is good. A 2 atop this. He's got his first 2 this afternoon. Wallace the other way. Wow. Explodes for the dunk.
You see the lane open up here. Broom just doesn't go. He's afraid to leave Sheway. Doesn't get there in time.
Tough time in practice. Hey, if you're going to get more than 4 rebounds, today's the day to do it. Wallace, 3! Knocks it down! Biggest lead for the Wild.
Nice job by Sheway. He fumbles the ball, but somehow gets it out. Really good tackle.
Wallace making a move.
Oh, what a pass.
Sheway.
Wow.
Over Auburn here in Lexington. Wallace drives with ease. Just drives with ease. Fierro is in with Cason Wallace. Couple freshmen playing catch. And Wallace will launch from distance. He was inside the arc. It is a 2. Long shot. Another good one.
At 5, Vanderbilt led 17-15 for about 5 seconds. Wallace up and under, silky smooth.
He plays with such a...
Well, pinballs around. Wallace fires a 3. Got it! And he had been ice cold. Just 2 for his last 20 from deep, but didn't have time to think about... Wallace drives. No look out to Reeves for 3. Pretty play for the Cats. They're up by 7. 3:06.
How about the no-look pass by Cason Wallace, finding the best shooter on their team? You cannot leave that guy, but you think Wallace doesn't see.
Freshman versus freshman here. Wallace pull up.
He's so good with that, man. Just 1-2 dribble.
To Colin Smith. Cason Wallace pull up from the free throw line.
Nice job just pulling up over the smaller defender.
Time was 1973. That's the last time that the Friars were in the Final Four. They trail Kentucky by 3 out of the timeout. Wallace gets to the rim.
The stands positioning, and he never lets up on the rebound. Same type of set the other way.
Wallace, attack mode for the freshman. Playing with confidence. Wallace may have to make it happen against the pesky defender Noel. The jumper is good. He has not been able to. And the rebound controlled by Tomlin. Step in by Wallace. He'll take it himself. Good and 1.
17, I should say, with the assist. So they're very good.
Push shot goes for Cason Wallace. Switch and Wallace cookies takes it away. Wallace swoops in for the banker and the foul. Here's Toppin out front. Post-up opportunity. Oh, what a finish! Cason Wallace goes to New York and the Sweet 16 in the East region. Wallace gets to the cup. Cason Wallace playing. Get in there defensively. Wallace, push shot goes.
It has to be a factor with Noel.
We're tied at 56. Wallace, the drive, scoops it home. Livingston, off the rim, snatched by Wallace on the putback.